Hello friends, my name is Amber Scott from Mtnittanycreations, and this is my first time doing a demonstration video, so bear with me. Hopefully my amateur skills will go okay with the video. We're gonna make a wrap bracelet that looks like this. Okay, I haven't taken it off of the loom yet, but one that looks like that. And I'm really excited to share with you guys. Alrighty, we'll get started here. To begin with, you're gonna need some leather cord. I found this at Michael's, but you can definitely find it at other locations. You want a small diameter cord. I think this is just about a 1. And you're gonna unravel it, and you're gonna need a ruler. Okay, and to make the average size bracelet from like a size 6.5 or so up to a size 7.5, 8, you need to measure out 25 inches. Cut it approximately 25 or a little bit more. And you put your leather over to the side. You're also going to need some beading string that is not stretch. I like this particular one. I found this at Hobby Lobby, which is not close to me, so please, I was hand stamping, so I have some of the hand stamping ink to fill my fingers, so please ignore it's a nylon string. This is size 2, so it goes through a lot of different size beads. And I really like that, and it's stiff. See how it's kind of standing out? This way you can bead these bracelets without needing a needle or anything. So I really like that. And today I will just use these colorful beauties here. I'm not gonna pick any particular pattern. So we got a whole bunch of beads there. And make sure your scissors are sharp. With the nylon string, I measure out about 36. I might do 37 with this size bead. Depending on the size of the bead and the pattern you make will depend on how much of this. So the smaller the bead and the more intricate the pattern, you'll need more. The bigger the bead and the less intricate the pattern, you won't need as much of the beading string. Anyways, so you're gonna need to pick a button. So I'll probably go with this green one. Yeah, let's go with the green one. I think that'll be fun with those beads. So you're gonna take your leather that you had here, and you're gonna fold it in half. Okay, make sure the buttonholes, keep missing, holding on to that, are large enough to take the leather that you've chosen. Then you got to pick which side of the beads you want showing, because you're going to put that end down, because the other end will be hidden in your bracelet. So then you string your leather through the button here, and you make sure that your ends are even. Mine are not. That'll help in the end of your project. All right, so then you kind of take the button in your hand like this, and you just make an overhand knot to start out. And you're gonna slide that overhand knot down to the button, like so. Okay. So next, you want to measure out, so it's about 7 here. So that's where your next knot, I like to put it in now. You can put it in later. It's just another overhand knot. And then you want to be able to take your button and line it up like that to know how big of an opening you need for your next overhand knot. So you want to make sure that the hole is wide enough for, because this will be your clasp for your bracelet. And remember, you can make it a little snug because leather will stretch, that the button can slide through. And then if you have enough, which I don't on this one, it looks like, you can make another on the end here, but it doesn't look like I have enough to make one more knot. So this will just be a one sizer. So this will be about a size 7 bracelet. So next, there's several different ways you can do this. You can lay it down on like a hard surface and tape the button down and do the weaving. Or you can also put it on a clipboard is another option. Or you can just weave it by hand, but it'll move a lot more. Today I'm gonna demonstrate here. This is, you can hear my family walking around here as I talk. Can you leave, please? You're gonna slide it. This is, please leave, a loom, a beading loom. What are you guys doing? Jethro, what are you doing?
Karis is leaving.
Oh, bye, Karis.
Bye.
So this is a beading loom. I don't know how well you can see it. So this loom is called Wrapit Loom, and it's made by Rainbow Loom. And I really like it. That way I don't have to worry about my project sliding all over the place. It stays pretty stable for me. But you can definitely do any of those other techniques that I mentioned. So, and that's one of the reasons I have to do the knot now, because the knot and the button hold it in place on the loom. No, Rainbow Loom did not ask me to review this project. I am just using it to demonstrate how to make this bracelet, but you can certainly do it without this loom. So you're gonna take the string we cut earlier and do the same thing you did with the leather. Make sure the ends meet up, because you're gonna need as much of that string as possible. Oh no! Hello, my phone fell. I'm sorry, folks. That's embarrassing. Me moving it around too much. All right, let's try this again. So, you line up your string. So, trying to make sure the ends meet here. The center of it, and you're going to take that center and lay it across the top of the leather. So whether you have it taped down on a clipboard or you get yourself one of these wrap-up looms. If you do go for the wrap-up loom, I highly recommend getting the one with 2 tracks. I have 2 of them, and one has 2 tracks and the other one doesn't. I bought the one with the 2 tracks. All right, so virtually you lay, move it over so you can all see this a little better. You lay, make sure you lock your loom. I had it locked, I think, in the chaos here. You lay it across the top, and then you're going to take each thread end and go under and out, under and out. So then you come up and you just have kind of this loop going around. I don't know if you can see it if I hold it up. So once you have that loop going around, you can start here. Well, you just need to make sure it doesn't slide down. And you're going to, I always start on the right, but you can start on the left. But whatever side you start on, make sure you do that side always, okay? So I put the one end through the bead. Now I'm going to take, this is why I like it stiff, because I'm going to take the other end and put it through the same bead so that it crisscrosses like that. And then slowly pull those 2 strings to the opposite sides. Now the first one's always hard to get in here. You have to kind of push it down, pull things tight. Okay, So there's your first one. Now the same thing you did at the beginning, you're going to take both. I like to put them together and put them together like this and pass them through. So you just do it again. You come through the middle and you grab and lay it to the same side that it's coming out from. If you can see how they're coming from the same side there. You don't want to cross them yet. You cross them inside the bead. So then you take your next bead and you take one end and put it in, and you take your second end and you're going to push it through. If you knew, I need to use my magnifying glass here half the time because I am over 40 and going blind here. So it is hard for me to see. There we go. See that bead hold. So then you just pull on through. And there you go. And then you go all the way down the bracelet in this manner. So for your first one you ever make, I would recommend just doing single beads, not getting any fancy patterns yet, just so you get the rhythm of the weaving of the beads. And I'm just picking up random colors. I'm not doing any pattern right now, just to show you how the bracelet's made. So it's just, and that's what it is. It's a rhythm. So you just weave through the bead, and then back under and through the leather that I pull it through again. And so, and then stop there. So when I come back, it's all ready to go for the next bead. And you're going to go all the way down to the bottom down here. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to finish the bottom off here. So back to the other bracelet I was showing you. We're at the end. I'm at the end of my pattern here, and I don't have much string to go on to the next one. So I'm going to take my ends, and to finish it off, you do the same thing you've been doing all along. You push it through, but this time instead of beading, I am going to do an overhand knot. So just a simple knot, if I can get it. Come on. And you pull it tight, and then just do a second one. And then what you do is you take it off the loom here, so it just slides out. They're just pressure points that hold it on the loom. You get that out of the way so you can see. So this is my other bracelet I was making. So I have my button here, and then I had my pattern of beads, my mess of beads here. And so I finished it off. And so you want to add a dab of glue. I have Super Tight here. It's an all natural glue, and this is a universal glue. You just need a little drop on this tiny knot. Don't need much. And then I take this and just put a little drop right at the heart of each of my knots here. So as you can see, this leather was long enough. I had cut long enough to have more than one size. So just along there. And then you're going to take your excess here, and you're going to trim that off. And then you'll let those dry before you button it up, but then you just button it up and you wear it.